Does justice simply boil down to what is fair? Yes and no. Uh, I lean more towards no, and that's because I believe that justice doesn't simply just boil down to what is fair, because fairness is often subjective and it's like culturally dependent. And justice typically refers to a broader and a more structured system of like moral, legal, and political principles, I would say. And fairness just deals with the perception of equal treatment, but justice also includes considerations of law, uh, accountability, common good, and rights. Um, I feel like a good example is if you have like two kids from like two different backgrounds. Like one is from a poverty-stricken neighborhood, and the other one is, raised right, kind of has everything that they need, to survive and then some. And they both go into like a store and they both steal. You know, of course, it's wrong, but morally, do you fault the kid for stealing that's hungry and just trying to put food on the table or just trying to survive in advance versus the kid that knows right from wrong, that doesn't have to steal, that just wanted to be rebellious or whatever the case may be. So I think circumstances also can affect, the fairness of justice or whatever. So I feel like both kids will probably get in trouble. One, you're probably gonna like call the cops or tell their parents, and their parents are handling the other one. You might just kind of talk to them and say like, "Hey, give me that back if you need something. Don't do this." Give them a stern talking to. Versus the other one, they might, get arrested or something like that because they knew better. Versus the other kid that's like, "Man, I'm just trying to survive." So I think that's an example of it kind of not being fair. Because in the perfect world, if you want to go by the letters of the law, it's like you broke the law, you stole. I don't care what your circumstances are, you're wrong. So if you get sentenced to 5 years, that's just what it is, because that's what justice kind of is supposed to be. And it should be the same thing for the other kid. And if you flip it, you can also say like, hey, this other kid that stole, that's from a good neighborhood that has both parents and things like that, his dad might know the neighbor or he may know the sheriff, and they might just sweep it under the rug just because of who they know and their status. And then versus the other kid who comes from, a poverty-stricken neighborhood, a poverty-stricken environment, and they don't get the same benefit of the doubt or the same tap on the wrist that the other kid would have gotten.